The Chinese have a saying where they say, when you have a problem, ask the young, they know everything. It is not meant to be a compliment. It simply says that they think they know everything. The real society is composed of young and old people. That is the real society. And I hold the view that leadership is intergenerational, and the young must learn from the old, but the old must also know when to leave. There are some fellows who think, he says that God has allowed him to stay. Which God? God tells Moses to leave and allow Joshua to take charge. So you've got to, if you are not a leader unless you mentor people. And mentorship, I always tell my young people that you are not a leader if you cannot show me at least 10 young men and women who are better than you. That is what leadership is all about. If you want to be the only dancer on the floor, then you are not a leader. You are destroying people. So you must ensure that when you get into any position of influence, then you use that position to mentor young men and women. And the youth must remember that youthhood is not a permanent state. You are youth today, and a few years later you are not a youth. So so your period of youthhood, if you may, is very short. Youthhood is not like being man and a woman. Man and a woman, once you are man, you are man. At least the last time I checked. And once you are a woman, you are a woman. So let us be very slow in having this very blanket, general negative view about people because of their age. I know young people whose minds are like Methuselah in the Bible. And I also know old people whose minds are as fresh as if they were 18 and 25. Let us deploy that intellectual firepower for the sake of our nation. And if the balance is good and right, then it can be done. And Nelson Mandela was very right, particularly, that you cannot, in all consideration, tie down the bulk of your population. Africa is the youngest continent today. The average age is about 18. Some say it is even 16. And you only have to drive, even as you go into rural Zambia and rural Africa, see the number of young people, which means that those young men and women must be taken care of. And we must use this youth dividend to our advantage. History has demonstrated not once, not twice, all of us are susceptible to abuse power. All of us. And therefore democracy is guarded by eternal vigilance. I can imagine the current president. Allow me a little imagination, Honorable Minister, that's because I leave on Monday anyway. So I'm allowed a little imagination. I can imagine that your administration, your party has this blueprint and is all good. You possibly want to have a lean, mean government, but somebody emerges from somewhere and say, you know, we have been in this thing together, you have only 26 million, add another one. And then you say, which one? He says, your ministry, science and technology. You say, just slice technology, and we give it to somebody else. Then somebody comes by, before you know it, you have 50 ministries. Because you want to please people. So it requires resolute. You will annoy some, you will harm some, and all is in the best interest of the country. It's the famous St. John who said, nobody can govern guiltlessly. We'll all make mistakes, but we must not persist in our stupidity. And I think that is what we must not do. And I must say that elections are in and of themselves an opportunity to market your ideas in a laboratory situation. When you get into the arena, then you discover that the laboratory is quite different. There are too many variables outside of the laboratory. And you begin to discover that they are civil servants. They are civil servants who can wait you out. I'm told that what they have done is normally tell people who invade the Afghanistan, they say, you have the watch, but we have the time. There are also civil servants who say, you are 5 years, but we are permanent and pensionable. And therefore they wait for you to do your things. And what I must say, therefore, is that all these things are doable. It is not for the faint-hearted. And all of us must try to play our part, whatever it is, in our own small way. And if we do, then we will make our country